Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, for the fireside chat on creating high margin services to lower cyber risk, our guest speaker for today, Mr. Randeep Pawar. He runs multiple IT consultant firms named Green Ames Infotech Private Limited and TechStack Technology Solutions Private Limited. He is currently certified with OEMs like Acronis, Google, Microsoft, Cisco, and VMware. With 20 plus years of experience in the IT consulting field, he has worked with numerous companies in India and Singapore, including Pidilite, Bombay Dyeing, IBM, McKesson Pharmaceuticals, and UBS Bank. Recently, his articles were also being published in Insights, Success, and CIO Look India magazine. His global brand TechStack Solutions is one-stop shop for IT requirements including cloud and on-premise solutions. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mr. Randeep Pawar on the dais.
Randeep has been our customer now from 7 years. Yeah, 7 years.
Almost 7 years.
Almost 7 years. He started low, as I would also recommend people to start at a beginning entry level, just to kind of get your feet wet. And he's grown tremendously. Okay, he's doing really well. And that is why we thought we should invite Randeep, so that you could really ask him questions. He's one of the kind of influential voices in the community, and she would be able to share with you some best practices that you want to kind of learn from him, or kind of hear from his mouth today. So Randeep, I just want to ask you first, even before going into this journey, just give us some background about you. Have you always been an entrepreneur, or did you work before jumping into the entrepreneurship bandwagon? Were you doing something? What were you doing? And then how did this moment happen?
Going into from the basics, learning from the grassroots, and then I worked with Pidilite, worked with Bombay Dyeing, worked with IBM. Then I moved down to America. I worked with UBS. First, I worked with McKesson Pharmaceutical. They are the number one pharmaceutical in America. So then later on migrated to UBS Bank, all the corporate, and then moved on to Singapore, doing the same job profile, like that kind of life. Then after coming to India, then what do I do? Almost like 10, 12, 15 years of experience of just doing consulting, just doing the solutions. So started applying for companies, and they said, you will have to give in writing 90% you will travel. I said, okay, you said 90, that means it's 100%. I'm not going to see India again. So I said, no, it's okay, I'll start something. Then I started talk to people. What do? I said, okay, fine, I will start doing consulting, which I am good at. Then the people said in India, consulting comes free with the product. It's not a separate, trust me. That was something I heard. I said, no, boss, I'm earning. I was 10, 12, 15 years. I'm doing that, I'm going good, no issues. Started with myself, one person, then started a Green Ames Infotech Private Limited. Then moving forward, started with 1 person, 2 person. Today we have 23 people working for me, and they're all consultant kind of breeds. They are all certified. Then Ingram people approached me, Acronis approached me. But the thing is that I'm a kind of a technical person, and I keep learning and studying things. So what I sell it to my customer, I tested myself first. So I started doing that. Okay, Acronis, what this product is, what they do, what kind of company is this, how long they are in the market, who are vouching for them, and what all things, what is their vision. So I went through that, because see, I was looking for some solution which I need to be in future for next to 15 years, which I can sell in my company and I can grow. So we went through all these processes, then found out, okay, Acronis is doing this. Then we found out, okay, there are processes. The best thing, what I learned back then, Acronis was selling only backup. Then started going back to the customer saying, you know what, I have tested this, I feel this is better one, you can also use it. And here's the thing, either way I was burning the money, right? So I said, you know what, take this service, you like it or don't like it, don't pay me for 3 months. And if you like it, then I will charge you. So that is how I went into the market, started. And only one thing I learned, if your customer trusts you, they will opt for you. I have few customers, they are with me for last 12 years. From the day when I started, I didn't lose a single customer till today, which is I can say proudly. When I was 2, 3 years back, I was on the deathbed. I had a massive accident. I was not sure I'm going to survive, not. But I told my team one thing: you need to make sure this is a process. Doesn't matter who sits in this chair. This is what we are selling. I have competitors, like everybody knows we have so many competitors. Backups, there are so many. But I tell you proudly, I don't sell anything else than Acronis. People do come to me. Looking at the level of backup I sell, I don't sell backup only in India. Same backup solution, same solutions, I sell it across the world. Across the world. The person who started, $100 deal, now paying 10,000 deal a month. Because I am confident when the 11th hour comes, I should be able to restore your data. So that is what something journey of my company and Acronis and things like that.
Very good. From your perspective, where does Acronis stand out?
See, the Acronis standout is something like, it gave me, when I started a backup, right? So I know backup is good, everything works, and trust me, so far I must have restored data of people who had a ransom attack, more than 100, 200, 500, and we were able to restore the data. So I know people trust me on that area. So then the Acronis, actually they grew us. There is something comes up, we were able to restore, and the customer trusts us on that. Then Acronis come with the management. We started doing the management deployment to the customer. I said, there's a pain area. So how do you control that? So we started selling people the advanced management, which gives you software inventory, hardware inventory, and the biggest thing is patch management. So we went back to customer, all our customer who bought the backup first. This is how I grew, actually, I'm saying. So we went back to the customer saying, this is the product, and even the Acronis supported something to us back then also. They started giving 6 months or 3 months, you let your customer use it. If they like it, go for it. If they don't like it, switch off this, the feature is gone. So this is the sweetness of the product. As I told you, correct? I don't go into 10 million things. I'm very focused. I'm ready to only sell 5, 7 products as a services, that's it. Because it saves my resources. My team can be very strong. And I don't have to keep telling them, boss, ye product ka kya ho gaya, wo product ka ho. Every product, there are 2 or 3 dedicated people. And they are like masters. In my team, there are 9 people certified with all Acronis products, including me. So we know what product does. So that is how something is the key for us to getting this level.
One question I really want to ask you for the benefit of the audience is that if there are people here who are starting up this journey of being a service provider, what is your advice to them?
So if anybody starting here newly in any product, or it's Acronis, you can say, go with a small, just, it's like, take a small sip. Like, whenever you drink the water, don't just gulp it. Just take a sip, see it, how it works. Whether your technical team is ready to opt for that, basically I'll tell you, when you want to focus something, you yourself and your team needs to be educated. Education is only going to make sure you are successful. Today also, every day I study for 2 hours. This is how we do it, right? Because when you try to go and sell, it doesn't work. But when you as an owner, you are educated, trust me, you ask me any question in this area, I know. Because when the demo comes, when there are certain challenges come, I get into meeting and I explain my customer how this works.
Any questions from the audience? Anything that you want to check, ask Randeep? Yeah.
Yes, sir. See, the managed services is something like, it depends the volume. It depends on the size of the deal, right? If the deal is very small, then we provide a managed services additional charges. But if deal is like 10 terabytes or 20 terabytes, 30 terabytes, so we know we covered our managed services charges in that only, because the kind of the charge mechanism we get as a platinum partner, efficiency and all those things, it covers up. When you go about 5 TV, 10 TV, 20 TV, 30 TVs, we do have a customer who's using almost 80, 90 TVs, right? So where it's subsidized. Somebody is going to pay you, somebody is not going to pay you, but at the end, the bottom is, marginally matched.
I would now request Rajesh sir to kindly felicitate our guest of speaker,
sure.
Mr. Randeep.